Hello YouTube, my name is Jose Carlos from JPAD TV, and today I'm going to show you how to do a metal jacket tee. So here's the tools that you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need a square. You're going to need a pair of dividers, a thin 1/2 inch or 3/4 measuring tape, marker or pen, whatever you prefer, and a circumference ruler. Now you don't have to have this. I'm going to show you both ways, with this and without, because this ruler is a little bit expensive. And you will also need the pair of snippers. So for instance, if you already have done all your straight piping with your metal jacket, now you just got to do the tee. Here's the steps that you got to do. First of all, you need to take your ruler, your measuring tape, and you got to measure around the pipe as tight as possible. So right here I get 34.5, so that's what I'm going to go with. So now that you have your measurement, you're going to draw a square. Now you're going to grab your ruler and you're going to grab your dividers. The measurement was 34.5, so you're going to divide that in half. So half of that should be 17.25. You would put your dividers from the beginning up to 17.25, up on your circumference. You tighten up your dividers. Now you're going to draw a quarter circle. Hopefully you guys can see this in camera. Okay. So once you draw your circle, you're going to divide this in half. So the way to divide this in half, you go to one end of your square. It'd be tough to see this thing. You draw a line there. You go to the other end. You draw another line. Wherever they meet, the two lines, wherever they cross, that should be half of your circle. So now you grab your ruler and you mark it. So now you divide your circle in half. Next, you're going to divide that half into another half. You're going to go to that one end to the middle of the circle where you already drew your line. Tighten your compass. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to draw pretty much wherever they cross. You're going to do the same thing. Draw the line where they cross. So now you have divided your circle. Now with your dividers, same thing. From this measurement, you should be able to get all the way to the other end of the square in 5 points. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll mark that one, and 5 should be the end of the square. So I'm gonna just make a little point here, and here's right there. So now you divided your circle in 5. Now with your square, you're going to draw wherever you had a point, all the way down. Make sure your square here at the bottom. Point. So now without moving your dividers, you're going to mark points all the way across, counting from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be your first point, 1. Second point, 1, 2. Third point, 1, 2, 3. So make sure you mark that. Mark it right here. With a pen it would be a lot easier, but I'm doing it with a marker for the sake of the video so you guys can see better. So now we're at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's a point. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it goes. So that should be your pattern. All you got to do is trace it. Isn't it tough?
What are you using?
You're gonna grab your ruler. This is pretty handy because it's bendable, and right here is gonna curve, so you will see it. So I'll mark the first 3 points, then I'll mark the last 2. So you should meet up at the end. And that is your pattern. All you got to do now is cut it with your snippers, and then we will trace it into our metal jacket. So I'm going to cut this off. Make sure you carefully go down the line. To your square. And there goes your pattern. So now with your piece of metal that's supposed to go around this pipe, you're going to mark your pattern into this. So you'll be able to put the T pattern into here, and you should be able to go ahead and mount it. So I recommend you starting with this side first, with the big side, because this will be your throat and this is your peak. So most of the time you will need to do your throat in the middle where you have your lap. So now we'll mark it. And then mark it all the way to the end. From one end, make sure everything is lines up. Mark it. Put this here. Then you're gonna flip it. Keep marking. Make sure everything lines up. Mark again. And all the way to the end. There you go. Now you don't need your pattern for now. So here's your T, pretty much. Now all you got to do is cut along the lines. Now we're ready to mount our tee. You're gonna put your aluminum band on. And there you go. Your tee should be mounted now. Make sure all the edges are perfect. You should be as close as possible to your piping. So there you have it. That's how you make a metal jacket tee with using the pattern. Now this pattern, you keep this pattern in case you have more tees of the same size. Like if you keep mounting the same kinds of tees, if you have 3 or 4, the same pattern will do all your tees. So please comment below if you have any suggestions on future videos. I will be posting more. Please don't forget to like if you enjoyed the content. If you learned something, please share it with anybody that you know, anybody that you think needs help, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.